Hail and welcome, everybody. I am Lady Calamere, and I am doing my 221st video, and it will be on the god Taranis, and my assistant today is Lord Maximus. So, he went to 225 million cat treats to do this. So, anyways. Or, no, $225 million worth of catnip. Oh, hey! You were paid to... Not just for a cameo, dude. Get it back up here. Anyways, he's eating. Taranis. Have you ever heard of him? He is the Celtic god of thunder, storms, and lightning. He is a pan-Celtic god from Gaul that spread throughout the Celtic lands. And his name, his very name, means thunder or the thunderer. Much information has been lost about him because the Celtic people did not have their myths or stories, I shouldn't say myths, their stories in writing. And folks, I am dying under all this light, so let me get a fan going. So anyways, yeah, it's not enough light in this room. Taranis, a lot of his stories were preserved by the Roman poet Lucan. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Here he is. It's okay, Max, you're not doing anything. And some of the things that he said was that Taranis is pretty much the Celtic, is actually their Jupiter or Jupiter, but he was a savage version of their god, and that basically loads and loads and loads of sacrifice were done to him, which archaeological evidence does not provide this. And I'm not saying sacrifices weren't done, but you know how conquerors, they rewrite history. So there's a lot of things that were lost about him. Now, however, I do not know who his mother is, but his father has been preserved and written that it was Cernunnos. Yes, the Cernunnos. And that he had two brothers. That Taranis had two brothers. Hello? Who's that? Miss Kitty. Come on. God. This cat knows how to friggin' open doors. So anyways, what was I saying? He has two brothers. I got Lord Maximus being really cute, and that he's gonna knock over my statue. And I, didn't even have this for a year. But he has two brothers, and one brother is, his name is Teutatus, I'm trying to remember how to spell Teutates, which means the Lord of the people or the God of the people. And his other brother was Jesus. And people like to say, oh, that means Jesus. No, it does not. Jesus is not Jesus. Okay? Get that out of your heads. Jesus means like Lord or God. But, it sounds like Jesus, Jesus. No, not at all. And people today like to say, oh, well, we have the triple goddess, so we have the triple god here, or that he's definitely a trinity going on, and possibly a trinity. But I'm not totally sure on that. I mean, people are now calling these three gods together as a trinity or as a triple God, as if they're all one God, different names. Another God that people like to compare him to is Crum. But again, I see them as different. Also, in Ireland, this god is referred to as Tarine. And I believe I discussed some things about Tarine, that Lugh killed his sons, and so Tarine dies of a broken heart. But we know the gods don't truly die, you know what I mean? I guess it's sort of like, Jesus died on the cross and he rises the third day and he's not truly dead. He didn't stay dead. So, and if you look at this statue, it looks almost like, who does this look like? I mean, his name is Taranis, as you see, but it looks like Zeus. Now, he is, one of the things is that you have the Lord of the Wheels. He's, ow! Max, are you learning from Loki how to be mean? So, he is the Lord of the Wheel. Sorry for the disturbances, but if you're new to my channel, welcome to the chaos. If you're used to this channel, then you're used to the chaos. So anyways, the Lord of the Wheels. And people like to associate him with the solar wheel. The solar wheel is like the 4-spoke wheel. We have the 8-spoke wheel. People like to say, well, it deals with the Lord of Time and the wheel of fate and fortune. But also, when you look at this, it's a wheel. And what has the wheel done? The wheel is towards civilization, towards expansion, power, traveling, and even for the purpose of conquering. And the sound of like the wooden wheels on the ground sounded like thunder, especially when it's going real fast, and during when you have so many chariots going, it sounded like thunder. So Taranis, god of thunder, god of lightning, god of storms, god of weather. This is what I know about him. I think he's becoming more popular since there is a statue made of him, and I got him on Amazon, and it was not cheap. So we see his element, fire. And of course, I would like to attribute lightning. Cat wants to get in now. So he deals with static, electricity. He deals with electrical current. So, and we know that he is one powerful war god. He may have been one of the most widely worshipped gods, or a very powerful apex god. And he was prone to violence, prone to have a bad temper, hot-headed, and changeable moods. As you can see, he's very strong. Another statue of him has him on top of a pillar, right? And he's on pillar, and one hand is holding a wheel, another hand is holding a torch. There is also a statue of him riding a horse, and he is glorious. And basically, he's having this serpent-headed man being crushed, and that could represent the Fomorians being trampled upon by the Tuatha De Danann. And so he's definitely a sky god. Some attribute to him as he's not the god of the sun, but a solar god. And also, one of the things that he does deal with is, well, Belenus is, the sun god. But I'm not saying he's Belenus, but he also has some things of dealing with prophecy and divination, fortune telling. So he's a very he could be, when it comes to protection, it could be offensive and defensive. He could be used to strike down your enemy, but also to protect. And it says that those he cares about, he protects. And it was said that he does care about the people. So his colors have been associated. I don't know who his mother is, but like I said, his father's Cernunnos. His color association has been used as grays. People have used purple with him. People have used white with him. I heard some places green. I think purple is because of dealing with the powers of royalty and with dealing with the Roman, and that may have been passed down by the Romans. So now, how were sacrifices depending on which god? Because they said that all the three brothers accepted pretty violent sacrifices, and one of the sacrifices that were done, said to be done, was through burning people alive and putting people in the wicker man and burning them alive to Taranis. And of course, I think it was the original one where the name Taranis was mentioned. Of course, it was a remake. Was it? The remake was made with Nicolas Cage, I believe. I'm 90% sure. But yeah, whatever. So Taranis has this royal power about him. And yeah, there is also another statue of just him holding a thunderbolt and a wheel. But also, sort of like this, but again, this is the only statue I can get, which is pretty cool. And I'm not sure, this was like, well, I've seen images of this, so, but this is the only one I can get. So Taranis, like I said, he was a pan-Celtic deity who was worshipped in so many territories. I mean, it's went from Gaul to like Western Europe, and he went as far as Belgium, France, some parts of Germany and Switzerland and Ireland, Britain, parts of Rhineland and Spain and the Danube regions. So again, a lot of people, when they think just Celts, they think Ireland. And the Picts are all Scotland. No, there were Celts in Scotland. I'm not saying they were all Celts. You had the Picts. But anyways, I'm not giving a history lesson. I'm trying to talk about Taranis. So we see Taranis wields a very powerful destructive force of nature, but also through lightning things are renewed. When a field is struck with lightning, it gets rid of the old so that new grass can grow, new foliage can grow. where lightning strikes down the dead trees and so that new life can grow, but also terrible destructive power. So we can see even modern days, a lightning storm can spark a wildfire. And through this wildfire, houses and unfortunately lives get destroyed. So we see the power of Taranis. And was said to have a voice like thunder. Anyone ever hear that song by Rotting Christ? Voice like thunder. So the poet Lucan said that Taranis was very feared. And that people were scared of him and worshipped him out of fear. Not just as awe, but out of fear. Again, that's Lucan's perspective. So the Celtic wheel symbols are called roulettes. I believe that's how you pronounce it. Roulet or Rouelles, roulettes. I'm probably saying it more like a French pronunciation. It's not a French word, sorry. But the symbolic wheels, when you look at the symbolic wheels in the Celtic world, they are found in shrines. They are found in cemeteries, in settlement sites, especially from the Middle to Late Bronze Age, or the Middle Bronze Age. Wheels were used as pendants, brooches, talismans, amulets, and made of bronze. And some of these talismans were ritually thrown into the river and associated with the worship of this god, Taranis. Keep saying his name. So he is the power of strength, force, mobility, kingship, royalty, the power of destruction, the power of creation. He is the power of war. And of course, his main weapon, lightning. So his symbols are lightning and wheels. His mount is, of course, the horse. Sometimes he's seen with actually, I've seen him with speaking of which, a solar wheel. There is, I am going to correct myself, there is an image of him with a solar wheel of 4, could be solar wheel with the 4 spokes. So there are images, let me correct myself, with the 4 wheel. The 4-spoked wheel and 8-spoked wheel. And I got, sorry about it, it's been a crazy week. So sometimes the wheel will have 6 spikes, but I've seen images of him with looks like 4 wheels. But again, usually it was possessed of 6 spikes or 8 spikes. But it again, I don't think they were aiming for a solar wheel, but again, what it meant was the chariot wheels. And it was believed that could it have been a chariot that pulled the sun across the sky? So the Celts, like, believed there was a chariot to pull. I'm not sure if it was him, but the chariot did pull the sun across the sky, right? Like many people in the ancient world. Well, we'll get into that. You know, just ignore what I said. So Taranis, and the Celtic word for thunder is Taranos, Toranos. So we see where his name is derived from. He is Taranis, yes, can be used in magic for yes, hexing of an enemy to strike them down. Another thing that Taranis can do is like renewal of things. Is he's not just the force of electricity, but the, how can I say it? The power of energy to send energy, to receive energy. He is a god of force. May the force be with you. And I'm so stupid. No, I'm not stupid. He is a god of he's the god of voicing yourself, of voicing yourself, and God to help you be heard. He is the resounding thunder of your words. He is the one that's like that will help you turn your thought into action, and the action of making things move. He is a god to get things in motion. He is also a god of traveling and of travelers. So whether you're traveling by, it was originally by the wheel. I mean, our ancestors, and you know, maybe they saw UFOs and stuff, yeah. But we're talking about, they didn't have airplanes and stuff. So now in modern days we could say, yeah, planes have wheels. So, you know, uh, yeah, a lot of planes have wheels. But he is a god of traveling and travelers. So if you need to travel a short distance or a long distance, you can ask Taranis to make your way safe, and also to please, Taranis, help me not to hit every red light I see. That let me hit every green light I see, you know. Let me get through every green light and have safe passage and quick passage. Taranis is she is a very fast moving god. So he can actually make things happen quicker and to get things done more efficiently. But also you can ask him for even, he's also can help make major changes if you need that. I'm not saying that he's going to make major changes if you call upon him and all of a sudden you'll have a new job, a new house, and all of a sudden you turn from single to married. Well, if that's what you want. But he is again the god to get things in motion. He is the power behind. He's the gasoline in your car. He's electricity in your car. He is the rocket fuel in our spacecrafts. He is the spark that makes it happen, though. He is a spark that lights. The ignition. Taranis is like the ignition. And as you can see, you see this? Right here? This represents royalty. Right here. He's a pretty virile god. So for you men out there that's looking for virility, here you go. Now people like to say that he's the Celtic Thor, or that he's the Greek Zeus, so he's the Roman Jupiter, and they're all the same god. No, I do not see them as the same. I do not. I think that's like a club. This represent a club right here. So the wheel was very important to the Celts. And so of course you hear him being something important. And let's see what else is here. What else symbolism they put here. This looks like hailstones right here. And he rules violent weather. He rules very violent weather. I mean, just think of today's hurricanes and tornadoes. Just think of a derecho. Just think of, you know, from a light storm to a heavy storm. The hailstones and all. Again, he's a very temperamental god. Is he approachable? Yes, 50-50, I guess. Like I said, again, he could be very calm to very like vroom. 0 to 60, and it could be 0 to 60 within seconds. Is this bothering you, boy? Is that bothering you, handsome boy? Lord Maximus? Oh, that wasn't me. That was Lord Maximus. That's what get great about cats. You can blame your farts on them. Oh, what a day. What a day I had. So, there is actually in a cave in France, I think it's called La Chatelet, there's a bronze image of him. And crafted around the 1st century. And it was believed to be this god, because he's there holding a thunderbolt. And of course, this is, of course, where some of the Celts were. Here we have a bearded image of him. I heard there was also, like, sometimes I've seen him without a beard. But I got the beard. This is what I have. And so in Celtic mythology, what did this god look like? Taranis, very muscular, very powerful looking. usually with a beard, oftentimes with a beard, once in a while without it, but definitely holding a wheel. Definitely with a thunderbolt or a sometimes a torch. He's described as a very virile, vigorous, powerful warrior that was, I guess, in between being young and old, maybe mature, but not too young, not too old. So, what can we offer Taranis? Well, since a lot of images of him is in bronze, I think this is really cool that I got him in cold cast bronze, which is like a bronze powder resin. Other things that can be offered to Taranis would be mead, wine, ale, beer, meats, bread. Can't go wrong with the sweets. You can give him rainwater that you collect and offer it to him. Otherwise, some nice fresh water. Not usually for a lot of the deities. I've heard of him being offered honey cakes. You can offer him fresh fruit. Maybe a nice Irish stew. Give him some Irish food. Like, how about I'm just trying to. I should go with this. Irish soda bread. That's what I was thinking. Irish soda bread. Potatoes were actually imported to Ireland, but it became a staple in Ireland. So just think of meals with potatoes, like meat and potato. Hey, boo boo. Think of traditional Irish food. And I can't think of the meat. I used to eat it, but I can't eat beef anymore because I get sick from it. I can't think of what it is. I'm so bad. But the stew could be made with lamb. It could be made with beef. I mean, you can offer him chicken meal. Again, some of these may not be traditional, especially chocolate. But a lot of the deities are very fond of chocolate. I'm fond of chocolate. But you can make him sweet dishes. Just trying to think. Okay, stones. That would be definitely his. Thunderstones. And that's where stones have been hit by lightning. I'm trying to think what that other stone is, and I just can't for the life think of it right now. God. So you can definitely tell that I don't have a script. Other things like potato pancakes and potato dumplings, or would also be cool to give him. A nice Guinness. Trying to think of this. Oh yes, Dublin Coddle would be a cool thing. Look up Dublin Coddle. It's like, hey, shepherd's pie, potato farl, barmbrack, which is another Irish food. We talk about battered sausage. Why not? That's another good one. I mean, you can't go wrong with meat. With this god. But if you're a vegetarian, that's cool. Think of things that you can make him. Hash browns, potatoes, anything with potatoes is cool. You can, so back to his stones, is Thunderstone and trying to think of the stone. And for the life of me, I'm going to remember it after another thing. Wood. Pieces of tree that have been struck by lightning. So, and people have been associating this god with the oak tree. You can also use fire agate with him. Red agates is pretty cool with him. And you know what? It's called the twin stones. Okay, so what they are is two. They're like pillar shaped, and they're hematite, and they've been magnetized. So when you put them there, they go clap. They will definitely be good for them, because especially when they got the clapping sound. Look it up, twin stone hematite. They're magnetic. Great for this guy, especially with the clacking sound. So his sound would be the thunder of drums. Just take whatever drum and just boom, 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 boom. Make it like sound like thunder would be great for him. And also firecrackers. Gunpowder. Weapons of war. Modern and ancient. Bullets. Potassium nitrate. To be careful with that. That shit's explosive. So, same thing with gunpowder. Please be careful. Fireworks. All different types of fireworks. Firecrackers. M80s. I don't know if cherry bombs are legal in your place. Blockbusters. Roman candles. So those are like definitely good. And those little poppers that you throw, and go pow. It has like, yeah, those little exploding things. That when I was growing up, people were throwing at each other, and sometimes they hurt or burned your shirt. It really sucked to get hit with them sometimes. Yeah, so just be careful with anything explosive, of course. Book of Matches. I'm not kidding. A book of matches can also be used for his altar. How long have I been talking? 40 minutes about this god. So, Taranis has been forgotten when I was a young witch back when I started as 12 years old, 1983. And even in the 90s, I didn't hear about this god. So, it wasn't into around, oh God, mid 2000s. So, we're in 2024. Did I even hear about this god? Maybe one day I'll do a presentation on Crom, and you're probably familiar with it, not as a Celtic god, but as Conan the Barbarian. I pray to Crom, but he doesn't answer me. But, yeah. And Crom is also the god that St. Patrick fought and won against. Ooh, Crom the demon. No, but, his sacred time. His sacred time. He was actually his sacred day, kid you not, Lugnasa, or Lunasa, as it's pronounced now, but Ugnasa, in more of an older pronunciation. So Lugnasa was a special day for him. So the planetary powers that he's been associated with. I'm holding this, sorry guys, but I don't need Lord Maximus destroying this. So the association with him would be Jupiter. And his planetary power, well, planetary power is Jupiter, and his and the day would be Thursday. Thursday? No, Thursday. So he can be used to help the weak. He can be used to improve your strength. He can be used to improve your position in life. Maybe that promotion. He could be used for you to be noticed. He can be used for you to gain power over yourself, but some people like to use power over others or influence over others. He can be used for domination spells and control spells. He can also be used to make someone move away or to destroy something, maybe break up a relationship, maybe to actually cause fights between people. But he can also be used to strike down the opposition, strike down the binds that have been put upon you. He can be strike down the obstacles. He can be used in Abre Camino spells, which is to remove obstacle spells. So, and like I said in the Irish myth, it was said that he was serene and that he died of a broken heart after Lugh killed his 3 sons, because his 3 sons basically uh, killed his father. So Lu did got back at them and out of revenge, and that he died in grief. And like I said, grief. I think I went over that already. Sorry, but I learned through repetition, and I teach a little bit through repetition. So that's something. If you're new to my site, you know about this a little bit. So, anyways, what else can I talk about him? So, like I said, he's been linked to gods like Thor, Perun, Perkunas, Zeus, Jupiter. But again, he's not the same, and I can't say their stories are the same. The power of his energy is very masculine, extremely masculine, and extremely virile, and extremely active. And when we talk about negative and positive polarities, definitely positive polarity, definitely like go-getter, very forceful. And do remember that he does have a quick temper, and he can be a bit of a hothead. Yeah, he can be a hothead. But he's also caring. And like I said, he's also protective. He's got like a very, I don't want to call him barbarian warrior, but he's also very fatherly figure, and he's also like the type of god that is ready to teach, is ready to guide, and is ready to lead. So good times also to worship him is, of course, during storms. But do be careful. During times of hurricanes. Hey, here's a time. Hurricane season. Taranis season. But then during monsoon seasons, if you have the monsoons where you live at, this is also a time to worship this god. During the stormy weather, or when the skies are gray and overcast and you see those cumulus nimbus clouds or torrentials or stuff like that, or if there's a tornado watch or warning, please be careful. Those are also times, a great time to really call him. Or when you feel like a lot of static electricity in the air. So if you got a place with static electricity, this is a type of god to call him. You can also call him through rubbing your hands together and making friction, like let's spit a little bit in your hand and rub it together and really, really, really call him. Or another way to really get it to get into the energy is like to brush your hair. Seriously, brushing your dry hair and getting that energy to go through is a good way to actually, during times of calling him. I'm not joking. So, yeah. Play sounds of thunder. Definitely, hardcore and metal. Boom, boom, boom. If you ever hear hardcore music, just play some Hatebreed, That's, well, metal music like Hatebreed, or you play some Slayer, or Minor Threat, or Cro-Mags. Definitely that boom, 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 boom sound. Definitely his. War songs. What? Yeah? It's really. Hey! You're becoming a warrior. Look at that. Rawr, he's got the energy of Taranis in him. So you can use sounds to make the sounds of thunder, or have like your, hey, like, ooh, he's got the power of Taranis in him. Right, Lord Maximus? Hey, you're turning into Loki Doki. Loki does that. You don't do that. You're a good boy. So, anyways, yeah. So, anyways, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry for having just to hold this statue. you know. But, kitties come first. So, anyways, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, because that changes the algorithm of everything. Subscribe to my channel. Again, it convinces the gods of the algorithm to get this video far and wide. I really appreciate my subscribers. I really appreciate everyone who likes and comment. If you want, do you worship Taranis? Have you ever heard of him? What do you think about the wheel? Do you think it's the wheel of fortune, the wheel of time, the wheel of the sun, or just the chariot wheel? What do you think he looks like to you? Have you ever seen his statue? And you can get this a statue of him. I got this at Amazon.com, but maybe you can find it on eBay. So, anyways, thank you very much for watching. And please make sure you spay or neuter your pet. Never declaw. And if you got a dog, never do a show cut. It's very painful. I was a vet tech, and I had to witness it, and I never want to witness it again. It was even traumatic for me. So spay and neuter your pet. If you can, please try to keep your cats indoors. If you can. I mean, I understand people have indoor, outdoor cats, but if you live in a major city, you're saving your cat from being tortured by kids, being torn apart by dogs or by other cats, being run over, getting worms, getting other types of parasites, getting ticks and fleas. So, yeah. Anyways, also, if you're interested in cat behavior, check out Jackson Galaxy videos and other animal behaviorist videos. And, thank you very much for watching this video. I do not have a Patreon account, so the money that you would give to me, please give to a charity that helps whatever cause you're into. Maybe St. Jude, maybe Make-A-Wish, maybe the ASPCA, North Shore Animal League, Big Cat Rescue, Shy Wolf Sanctuary, the Wounded Warrior Project. So check those charities out, and the money that you would give to me, give to them. Thank you very much for watching. What do you think, Lord? What do you think of Lord Maximus? How do you think about him? What do you think about him? Are you finally happy to see him again? I'm so happy he's here. Look at that big loaf. So hit me up in the comments section. What do you think about Lord Maximus too? So anyways, thank you for watching. And as always, blessed be.